I'm about to embark on 30 days of no phone, no social media. Just got from Amazon, a lockbox here where I am about to set the time here for 30 days and then click this button here, which basically overrides for me to back out on any day 15 or day 20 or anything like that. So phone is about to go in here. We're about to lock this for 30 days. I feel like in this world today, we have gotten so addicted to phones and scrolling and artificial light and artificial dopamine and cheap dopamine for that matter. And, you know, we've completely convinced ourselves, at least I have, that we absolutely need our phones and we need technology and we need social media and we need all these things no matter what. And I don't believe that to be true. I don't know that I have the ability as of recent to be able to deal with any kind of boredom. I think my ability to retain my focus on one certain thing is becoming unbelievably diminished over the last couple of years. And I want to start working on all those things. I want to learn how to be bored. I want to learn how to focus on one task for an extended amount of time. And I want to learn how to go to the gym and in between sets, not pick up my phone and check my emails and check my Slack and, check what's going on. But in between meetings, I'm jumping on to Facebook and Instagram and checking to see what Susie from first grade's doing. It's just pointless. It's pointless shit. And let's see how it goes. About to close out of everything, and I'll see you guys on the other side. I won't be able to film it. Maybe I can. Maybe I'll figure out, maybe I'll get a camera or something, but this is my camera, so maybe you just get it before and after. Peace.
Oh, you got your phone back. Fuck yeah. Thank God.
I mean, thank God.
I mean, great job.
I convinced myself that I needed my phone for emergencies, for life. I run multiple businesses. My wife's currently pregnant, and kind of just to survive in the modern world. And I was wrong. But here's what happens. Within minutes of locking it away, or honestly, within seconds, I felt calm. My stress dropped to essentially zero. It was almost like it was the option of not being able to get my phone that just kind of removed all stress. And I realized almost in that moment that our stress is more about the ability to control the situation. And when we don't have the ability to control that situation, we don't stress about it. So for example, if I'm thinking about one of my employees and I think, did they do this thing that they were meant to do last week? I have the ability to just pull my phone out and check. Or maybe a client was upset or something had happened. I have the ability to, as soon as I have that thought, I can just check. I can just check whether I am correct or wrong in whatever I'm thinking or hypothesizing in my head. And so removing that option to be able to check removes the stress. You have that thought, but then you realize immediately that you can't do anything about it. And so you don't think about it. Now, I thought that it would get harder, but it didn't. It got easier. I thought that my anxiousness would grow, but it didn't. I felt more and more relieved as time went on. And I thought I would be freaking out about my businesses, but instead I kind of let go a little bit and things actually went better than prior to me having my phone. Honestly, I just got better at being bored. I used my imagination for the first time in a long time, which I didn't realize I had lost. And I gained the ability to just be bored. Like when you go and you stand in line at a DMV and you're in that line for 2.5 hours, it sounds like hell if you're not able to have your phone with you and be able to sit there on your phone to allow time to pass. But for some reason, when you don't have that option to use your phone, you don't really care about it, and you just are there. And it sounds crazy when you don't have a phone that is something that would even be remotely enjoyable, but somehow it was, and it is. One of the biggest things that I got back through the ability of being bored and getting my imagination back was getting to do the things that I enjoy again. And so like right now, I'm building an ice bath, which is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but I always just felt like I didn't have time, that everything else was more important. But once you remove that phone and you remove those notifications, you realize that you have all this time. And you have, all this time gained back from scrolling and from checking on things. And it all gets done anyway. I also noticed how much more time I spent out of the house. As soon as I didn't have my phone, being out of the house all of a sudden seemed even more appealing than ever before. And I found myself walking a lot, running a little bit, which I typically hate. I just found myself getting out. Didn't matter what it was. I was always out and about. Now, there were some stresses. For example, if my wife went out to get groceries and I didn't have a phone to make sure that she was okay and not having any pregnancy issues, or if I went and saw friends or went to get food or coffee or even go and work or whatever it was, there was always that lingering little bit of stress that there was no way of contacting my wife or her contacting me. Now, luckily, we're about halfway into this pregnancy, so the chances of something going drastically wrong are less likely than if you're at the beginning or the end, but still there, still lingers in your brain a little. I did realize how much of my stress was fake. Self-imposed, completely manufactured by my phone, my feed, everyone else's agenda. It was all fake. One thing that's changed drastically is my workouts. And so without any technology to track your workouts, I'm writing everything down, pen and paper, and then taking a book to the gym, like today. So this is today's workout. And it has changed my entire physique, my mental state. It's completely changed my workouts. The other thing that's been crazy about my workouts is the mind to muscle side of things. You don't realize how much your phone takes up of your workouts. Like even when I was working out, my phone was there and I thought I didn't touch it that much. I would just maybe check it every now and then, or touch on this, or maybe check an email or two between sets, and it didn't really affect me much. But what really I'm realizing is the detriment of your phone at the gym is your mind is elsewhere. And so even though I wasn't using my phone that much, I was thinking about my phone, and I was thinking about work, and I was thinking about dealing with things. Whereas when I'm here without my phone, I just think about working out, and then you just end up working out 2, 3, 4, 5 times as hard without even trying to. You just are so much more connected to the workout that you're doing. I have sweated to the point where I don't know if you can see it that well right now, the camera is quite far away, but I am wet with sweat every single session. And that's purely just from, not having the phone here. And I mean, it might have something to do with the fact that it's 100 plus degrees every day here, or 40 degrees back in Australia. But, working out without a phone has been game changing as well. I'm also far less inclined to eat shit food because I'm not seeing it every time I open my phone and I'm getting hit with ads. Honestly, to really summarize this video up, every single tiny thing in my life that I even remotely was trying to remove from my life, or at least limit, has by default been limited or removed without much actual conscious effort or strategy or discipline involved. It's been pretty radical. It's getting to a place where you're just as excited to hang out with yourself as you are with others. And so I've noticed in the last month that when I've got plans with people and the plans don't go to plan,
I'm just as excited to hang out with me as I am to hang out with others. So I'm far less upset when people cancel or people don't show up, or even if no one responds at all. I've gotten to a place where I like me. I've spent a lot of quality time with me. We've been on a few little dates here and there in the last month, and I like me. Big fan of the TJ. One of the things that came back into my life in a huge way was satisfaction of closing loops, completing things. One thing that came back into my life in a massively drastic way was accomplishment. I felt that I was accomplishing things. I was finishing books, not just starting them. I was finishing this cold plunge, not just starting it or thinking about it. I was actually getting work done and completing the things that I was starting. And so ideas were turning into actual projects, and actual projects were turning into actual accomplishments. And I think that's been the biggest realization since getting my phone back, is that cycle has come to a halt almost immediately. And so what I'm going to be doing moving forward is essentially going part-time off-grid, meaning removing social media and moving into creation rather than consumption. And so getting a flip phone for phone calls, texts, and really that's it. Having my smartphone and my iPhone to record YouTube videos and to take photos and videos, and for ChatGPT, and really that's about it. But I want to do more accomplishing in my life. I've got a newborn on the way. I want to spend more time with her, and I definitely don't want her formative years for her dad to be spent on social media. That's a pretty wild way to live, and that's something that I don't want. So yeah, highly urge a 30-day no phone break. No matter how much you think that you can't do it, or it's not for you, or it's impossible due to your business or your family or your situation or whatever it is, trust me, it's doable. It's actually far easier than you might think, and you never know how much it's going to change your life. So I'm on a mission for a full life. My belief is that life is about the depth of experiences and the breadth of experiences. And so I'm trying to experience as much as I can, as deeply as I can. And I'm going to be documenting all of it on YouTube. I've done a lot of things in my 28 years that's not been documented on YouTube, and I'm about to begin this YouTube journey. So follow along if you enjoy this. And looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. All right, time for some brain freeze.